Hello, my Taino-Viking Warriors. How are we doing today? Well, I've decided to go ahead and try to make a regular video of my cooking instead of just a short because I feel like I'm always pressed for time. So I'm going to go ahead and try this, see how it goes, all right? But before I do that, I want to show you my room. Everybody's like wondering, you talk about the small kitchen. Let's see your room that you live in. So I'm going to show you my room real quick. So we're going to start here at the door. So here's the door. Come around. I've got my pole spears right there to go spear fishing, get my fresh fish, get some lobster during lobster season. As you can see, I've got this screen. Well, it's not a screen. It's a wall. That is where my projector shoots my TV to. So I don't have a regular TV. I use a projector, and it projects against my wall. And I'll show you a better view of that here in a minute. So this is my dresser. Here is my refrigerator. Coming in, there's my closet right there. Here is my small kitchen that I keep showing you all in my videos. Like I said, it's a small kitchen. Coming in, a very modest bathroom. Not much in there. Just a toilet, tub, shower, sink. This is my sublimation printer. Here's my computer. I keep up with all my YouTube stuff. There's my computer. I do all my editing and my designs for all my t-shirts and stuff. There's my board that I keep up with all my stuff. There's my projector. There's my press, my hat press and everything. So there's my screen for my TV. Well, my projector. And what I'll do is I usually just turn the lights off. I'm going to turn them all off. And as you can see, it shows up really good there. That's where I watch all my YouTube videos. I usually watch YouTube. That's generally what I watch, all right? And, of course, there's my bed. So that's my room, as you can see. And it's not a whole lot. It's not real big. But, it's where I live. When I'm on island, this is my accommodations. Now, today what we're going to do is we are going to make taco salad, island style. So you might be asking, what do I mean by when I say island style? Well, when I mean island style, I don't mean fish and lobster inside of my taco salad. I'm going to make regular taco salad with ground beef. But I call it island style because, well, I have to use the ingredients I can get here on the island, right? So I've got leftover of my red onion from when I made my potato soup. I've got ground beef. This is the refried beans that I have. I also have some Rotel. I'm going to use some seasonings, and we'll get into that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to dice up this onion, and then I'll be right back. All right, Taino-Vikings. I went ahead. If you noticed, I got a new knife. I don't have that other one. Well, I still have it, but now I've got a secondary knife. All right, so I've got these all chopped up and everything. I'm going to go ahead and throw it in my pot. And you're probably asking yourself, why is he putting it in a pot? Why not in a regular frying pan like most people do when they make taco meat and everything? Well, the reason is because I'm making a big pot of it so it's like food prepping for myself. So I'll have it throughout the week. Like I did with my soup. When I made that potato soup, I ate on that soup for almost a whole week. I gave 2 bowls of it away to my neighbor. He really enjoyed it. So I'll be eating on this taco salad for probably, at least 2 or 3 days. So that's why I'm making such a big thing of it. I got the onions going here. I've pre-opened my packages of ground beef. I'm going to add that in there. All right. Okay, so I'm going to brown this up, but I'm going to make sure it's not fully cooked, okay? Because I still have to add my refried beans to it and let those cook up. I mean, they're already cooked. They just got to really warm up, you know, straight out of the can and everything, and cook my Rotel in it. So I'm going to brown this up for a little bit, and then I'm going to drain off some of the grease because I hate greasy food, unless it's a hamburger. I love a good greasy truck stop hamburger. I love them. So I'm going to let that cook up, let it brown up some. Then I'll drain it, add some water, put my seasonings in, let it cook for a little bit to get those seasonings in there. Then I'm going to add my refried beans and my Rotel, let that cook down. All right, my Taino-Viking Warriors, I'm back. All right, so I went ahead. It's already good and brown. I've already drained like 90% of the grease off of it. Now, these packets call for 3/4 of a cup of water per packet, and but I'm not going to do that. I can't even open this. There we go. I've got 1 cup in there because I've still got liquids coming in from the Rotel itself, and I've got moisture coming in from the refried beans also. And I know a lot of people are sitting there saying, you know, that you like to do your own seasoning, using the seasoned packets is cheating and all that. And you know what? I'm not as good as a lot of y'all people are. Definitely not as good as my wife is. You know, so I buy the packets. It makes it easier for me. Plus, I don't have access to all the different spices that y'all have or the stores to go to, you know, that y'all have. I've got one store that I go to that I get all my seasonings at, and guess what? It has taco seasoning and not all the things that makes up to make it, all right? I don't have a Bravos here. All right, so I'm going to turn the temperature down on this. I'm going to let that cook in for a little bit. You know, get a little thicker and everything. And then I'm going to add my refried beans and my Rotel. Then I'm going to let it cook down all the way. And then I'll show you how I build mine. All right, and we're back. So I'll let it cook for a little bit. You know, it's nice. It's getting nice and cooked up, nice and warm, nice and thick. So I went ahead and opened up my can of refried beans. Don't worry, I kept the lid, and the cans I'll clean out, and then I will put it with my recycling because I recycle. All right. Some of y'all don't know my job. I am actually an environmental scientist. I do environmental work. So I make sure I recycle everything that I can possibly recycle. So I'm going to chop that up in there really good. Get that all nice and cooked up. Add my Rotel. Now this is the no salt added green chilies and diced tomato style of Rotel. Because guess what? It's the original style. Because that's what they had. All right. So I'm going to mix all of this up. It's going to get nice and thick. And we'll be back. All right. Go ahead and turn that off. So there is my taco meat, refried beans, Rotel, all cooked into one big pot. And now I'm going to start building my taco salad. The way I do it, it doesn't matter if you get the big chips, the bite-sized chips, or the scoops or whatever. So what I'll do, I'll take my chips, a nice little base. Watch how I fold my chip bag up. I fold it like this because it keeps them fresh and I don't have to use one of those chip clip things. And fold it back around like that, and it stays fresh and it stays closed. All right, so now I've got my base of chips right there, as you can see. Then I just mash them. Get them all broken up. That's the way I like it. Get them all good and broken up. And then what I do, scoop the meat and beans on there. I don't have any salsa. The store had some, but I just forgot to buy it, so I don't have any. I don't think I have any salsa. Let me look. Nope, definitely no salsa. Oh, wait, I think I just saw some. Wait. Look at that. I do have salsa. How old is this salsa? I don't know. Still smells good. Take some of this. I got sharp cheddar. Sprinkle that sharp cheddar. I know, you know, the Mexican mix and everything. This is what I grabbed. So, it's all right. I like sharp cheddar. Throw some of that on there. Get some of my salsa. Not too much because, like I said, I don't know how old it is. And then get a spoon. Mix that all up and good. Now it's ready for me to eat. Y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you for tuning in. Let me know how you make your taco salad, or if you even like taco salad. Let me know what you think of how I made mine. I'm interested in hearing from y'all, everybody. I enjoy every single one of y'all. Please like and subscribe, and I'll make more videos. My daughter's graduating high school here pretty soon, so I'm going to go back to Florida, and I'm going to do a whole bunch of smoked meats. So I'm going to do some pulled pork, my famous pulled pork that everybody loves. And then I'll also do probably a brisket because people like my brisket. And I'll go through that and I'll make videos of how I make both of those. All right. Y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye.